there can only be one? Not if Hollywood has its way. This week's KinoCheck news is dominated by sequels. Barbie 2 is being discussed, a Spider-Man 4 around Tobey Maguire seems to be on the horizon, and the theatrical release of Dune 2 is at serious risk. There is also new info on Saw 10 and the John Wick series The Continental. Curious? Here are the details. A shock for all Dune fans. Due to the currently ongoing actor strike in Hollywood, the release of Dune 2 might be delayed considerably. The prospects for a return to Arrakis in the near future are getting worse and worse. At present, both writers and actors in the United States are on strike for better working conditions. This not only brings planned and ongoing productions to a standstill, however, even movies that are already finished can no longer be publicly promoted by the stars, which is a disaster for the distributors, who naturally want to attract as much attention as possible to their theatrical releases. That's why some of them are now pulling the ripcord and postponing their finished films. Among them, Challengers, starring Zendaya, which is now scheduled for release at the end of April 2024 instead of this September. Now, one of the most highly anticipated movies of the year could also fall victim to the postponement plans, namely Dune Part 2 by Denis Villeneuve. The science fiction epic Dune starring Timothée Chalamet wowed many viewers and critics in 2021 and also swept the board at the Academy Awards. The sequel was already considered the undisputed highlight of the 2023 movie year. Yet, according to Deadline, the excitement is now being dampened. Distributor Warner Bros. Is seriously contemplating pushing Dune 2 back to next year, with March to June 2024 being the first period of discussion. There is still some hope that this fate will be averted. Should actors and producers be able to agree on an end to the strike by the Labor Day weekend of September 3rd to the 5th, the current theatrical release of Dune 2 on November 3rd, 2023 would remain unchanged. Barbie has just hit theaters, and there's already talk of Barbie 2. Director Greta Gerwig and leading actress Margot Robbie have now commented on a possible sequel to the summer hit. The film about the iconic plastic doll already managed to bring in over $155 million on its opening weekend in the United States, a resounding success. Never before in the history of Hollywood has a female-directed movie been able to bring in so much money in the first few days. Barbie thus beats the former record holder Wonder Woman by Patty Jenkins, which brought in $105 million. Accordingly, it's not surprising that people are already calling for a sequel. Lead actress Margot Robbie expressed herself rather reserved in an interview with Time about a potential Barbie follow-up. It could go in a million different directions, but you'd be falling for a trap if you tried to set up a first movie while also planning for sequels. Director Greta Gerwig, on the other hand, is not entirely averse to the idea. As she revealed in an interview on the Total Film podcast, she is currently focusing on the next few days for now, but says anything is possible. The first part was a wonderful experience in which she was able to fully live up to her dreams. She has already spoken positively in the past about the thought that the movie could become a franchise. There seems to be no lack of general interest and creative ideas, and distributor Warner Bros. Would certainly not object to following up the box office success of Barbie. However, Greta Gerwig is expected to be busy with her next job for the time being, a reinterpretation of the Chronicles of Narnia for Netflix. Meanwhile, Barbie is probably just the beginning of a cinema initiative by rights holder Mattel. As Variety reports, a true Mattel cinematic universe is planned. Currently, a total of 14 of the company's brands are being brought in for this, including adaptations of the purple dinosaur Barney, the classic Polly Pocket, the racing toys Hot Wheels, and Thomas & Friends. Mattel's He-Man movie was only recently canceled by Netflix in the midst of production due to excessive costs, and is now looking for new backers. The success of Barbie is now surely opening up some new opportunities for the toy manufacturer. It remains to be seen whether the next movies will be able to build on this. It would be a sensation. Spider-Man fans may yet be able to enjoy a fourth Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire. New rumors are fueling hopes of a reunion with the iconic neighborhood Spider. Director Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy, starring Tobey Maguire, is considered a cult favorite, and a glorious start to a new era of comic book adaptations. After Spider-Man 3, another film was originally supposed to be released to conclude the saga of Peter Parker. Unfortunately, due to differences between Sony and Sam Raimi, this never came to be. Since then, fans have been eagerly awaiting the chance to enjoy a sequel once again. This possibility now seems more tangible than ever. Actor Thomas Hayden Church, best known for the Sandman from Part 3, spoke in an exclusive interview with comicbook.com about hearing certain rumors, namely about Sam Raimi making another movie with Tobey Maguire. Should this film come to fruition, Church could also imagine a comeback in his role as Sandman. After the surprising appearance of Tobey Maguire in the last Spider-Man adventure, No Way Home, there were plenty of rumors and hopes for a last solo adventure, as well as for another The Amazing Spider-Man movie with Andrew Garfield. Sam Raimi directed Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness last year and expressed his interest several times in finally releasing his last Spider-Man movie. We will see whether the rumors prove to be true. For many fans, however, this would certainly be the fulfillment of a dream. Fans of brutal horror, listen up. The successful Saw saga continues with its 10th installment and now presents us with a new poster, which gives us an idea of the cinematic horror that will unfold this September. One thing is clear, it's getting bloody again. 2 years ago, Spiral, from the Book of Saw starring Chris Rock, was supposed to be a new take on the franchise, but it was only partially successful. Now, the 10th part of the popular Splatter series is in the pipeline and returns to its former strengths. Tobin Bell is back once again as Jigsaw. Saw 10 is to be set between Saw 1 and Saw 2, and lets him live out his penchant for nasty instruments of torture again. The freshly released poster takes a ghoulish approach to the letter X, and once again promises wacky constructions around the human body. The basic plot of the new film is already known. After the events of Saw 1, John Kramer, who suffers from cancer, travels to Mexico, where he hopes that a special treatment will help cure his condition. However, this treatment turns out to be a scam by unscrupulous swindlers who want to exploit the emergency situation of helpless people for their own benefit. In response, Kramer decides to take bloody revenge. In addition to Tobin Bell, in his well-known role as Kramer, aka Jigsaw, the cast is joined by Stephen Brand, who may be familiar to some from his roles in Vikings Valhalla or the Sandman series. The movie was directed by Kevin Grutard, who already directed Saw 6 and Saw 7 and was also in charge of editing parts 1 to 5 as well as Saw 8. In other words, he's a true connoisseur of the franchise. In the United States, the movie opens in theaters on September 29, 2023, so it shouldn't take too much longer until we can show you the first Saw 10 trailer. Finally, the release date for the Continental from the world of John Wick has been announced. That's not all, however. Further images of the series have also been revealed, further raising the fans' excitement. In the course of the San Diego Comic-Con 2023, the release date of the much-anticipated John Wick series was revealed. The Continental is scheduled to premiere on September 22, 2023 on Peacock in the United States. Due to the currently ongoing writers and actors strike, the on-site panel was sadly rather sparsely attended. Nevertheless, director and producer Albert Hughes and others presented exclusive shots to the fans gathered at the event. After the first teaser trailer some time ago, the new images of the cast make us eager for more. For example, we see the young Winston, played by Colin Waddell, standing in an elevator, presumably in the eponymous hotel. We likewise get a first impression of Mel Gibson, who will play a New York gangster boss and the current manager of the Continental named Cormac. His intimidating appearance suggests that he is unlikely to hand over the Continental to Winston unopposed. Michelle Prada will embody a female police officer from the NYPD. She too seems to be in the Continental. This could indicate that much of the action will take place inside of the hotel. Also, we get to see a first look at Ayomide Adegun as a young version of Sharon, a faithful sidekick to Cormac. The brother and sister duo, Lou and Miles, played by Jessica Alain and Hubert Point de Jour, will also be involved and will create some buzz. We can hardly wait to delve back into the world of John Wick. The series acts as a prequel and will tell us the gory story of young Winston and his rise to become the manager of the Continental, which in the later John Wick movies is the ultimate haven for hitmen. The release of the Continental on September 22nd is definitely highlighted in our calendars. That's it for the most important news of the week. Is there a topic that didn't make it into the video that's important to you? Tell us and the others about it in the comments. And if you still need tips on what to watch now, have a look at our originals. We've got new previews on Snow White, Star Wars The Acolyte, and A Quiet Place Day 1. Just visit our channel overview and scroll through all the amazing content that we provide you each week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.